Hello everyone, welcome back to some more From the Depths. It's already looking a bit more like a boat. Let me quickly do that so that I don't accidentally click the cursor off camera. I've spent longer than I probably should have on trying to improve these guns. They're now railguns, as you might be able to see. An accuracy of 0.078. It's pretty good. It has automatic base speed of 560 meters per second, which is pretty nice. Let's quickly spawn in like a peg quad, for example, so that we can see the combined like weapons and torpedoes taking action. There we go. We're already opening fire, as you might well imagine. I've done a bit more tweaking with the shells as well. Oh, that's a close miss. But they are a lot more accurate than they used to be, which is good. When you have a battleship that is arguably rather reliable on actually hitting its targets. Now granted, the Pequod is a smaller sized submarine than any of what we are facing. And they are attacking a random marauder that was there for target practice earlier. Now we just have a bunch of torpedoes incoming. And we landed a good hit there. I think we actually hit the ammo reserves. Yeah, we killed its AI instantly, so it was a nice shot. We still have our torpedoes here. They are coming in now. They have friend or foe detection, etc. And they are predicting where the target is quite well. No longer will we have torpedoes chasing people in the water forever. Oh, that's a nice hit there. Took a lot of its left side there. Got the guns coming in. Land a solid hit. Take out the entire cram cannon front. And this quad is basically done for us, so pretty good weapons. At least it's working rather well. However, at the moment we are sort of discharging all of our electric charge. I've also got a bunch of shields up, which doesn't help matters much, but I'll be taking a look at that in the future. For now, I've done a rudimentary part here, down below the hull. We've got some shields, we've got more RTGs on the sides to help keep all that powered. We've got the torpedoes in here. It's a bit cramped, but it's fit for purpose. Got our shields over there. I'm probably not going to shield the entire length of the ship. This little triangle-ish holds a lot of ammo. It's actually quite safe in there as it stands right now. We are not using enough of our... Well, we are actually slowly lowering on ammo, but it's fine for now. In here we have got a bunch of RTGs and batteries to make sure that our railguns are powered, etc. And then in here we've got more ammo, and then back here we have more RTGs in space for like a possible fuel engine, because it might just be the case that we're not going to have enough fuel to run this on nothing but RTGs. That would take a ton, a liquid ton of crystal. It already takes like 500,000, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do some more work on the hull later. I did expand the length of the ship a little, by the way. What I'm probably gonna do is like include torpedo bulges or something and have something on the side with like secondary turrets on it. Something like the original Queen Elizabeth class ships had, which the Warspite belongs to. But today I'm gonna be more focusing on making things like the command bridge, which actually was positioned quite back in the middle of the ship, like we're sort of having over here. I'll probably move the turrets back and I'll redesign them to be a bit larger because we have a lot of deck space spare, and I want them to sort of look more like the historical turrets instead of these bland blobs like they are now. I mean, they're just placeholders. They're pretty okay placeholders, but I'd love to make them look even cooler. So that is all subject to change, but as it stands today, we're going to be focusing on things like the bridge and things like that. We're making some nice details if we can, so we're going to be starting out with things like this, giving it a couple of edges, because I believe it does, the bridge has like 4 different phases, as in like 4 different surfaces. We have the flat side here, then we have a cross side here, another one back here that is steeper, or at least that's what I'll be working with. I think that looks pretty cool, better than like just having it look like a giant triangle. Just a little bit more depth. It's a little, I don't know the right word to describe it. It's a little nuanced. It's hard to notice, but it's definitely there. Like that slope difference, it's really noticeable, hopefully. And it also helps in making sure that we can actually walk on the deck. It's all minor details, but yeah. We'll probably go for like one more level of this. There we go. It's going to be a bloody top-heavy ship, that's for sure. But, you know, as long as it looks pretty, we'll find a way to make it work somehow. I'd be devastated if this ship ends up just being a pretty good looker if I put in like a ton more work. Like, there's gonna be tons of iterations off camera, etc. But it's gonna be annoying if once again I'll end up with a ship that just isn't good enough. But yeah, this is basically how high we're gonna go with that. So we'll get some of these metal beams here, and then we'll start running them down the length. There we go, that's more like it, I think. And we're not going to use the fill command because we'd have to do it on both sides. And might as well do it like this. There we go, that's already looking quite decent. What we'll probably do next is we'll have things protrude like, sort of like this. Yeah, that'll be decent enough, I suppose. Too bad there's not a real way to do it like over here. Although we could use things like maybe something like that to pretend like it's a support. That wouldn't be too bad, I suppose. What we're basically going to do is we're going to extend a little bit out up here and make it look like the bridge is actually being held up by this, which should hopefully have a cool look to it. I honestly have no idea. I'll be spending tons of hours on this ship off camera. I can already promise you that it's not even going to be done yet. Yeah, that looks like it is sort of being supported up there, which is all that I'm going for here. And then we'll add like these, and there we go. Ooh. I'll try to make it look like, I don't know, something like... There we go. I just want to have it stick out like over there, so we have to do something like this. There we go. That looks okay. Now we'll give that the same slope, just a bit more back. That's all. There we go. Then we'll put like metal blocks here because why not? You're no longer needed. I think. Yeah, that's too long, so we'll then go for something like this, and that, and that. Ooh, tricky. Or not. I'm actually gonna go make it a little wider. Doesn't this look good enough to me just yet? There we go. We'll make it wider. There's no problem with making it wider. We'll get the beams out again. Now this is really the thing I have. Like, I have the feeling that me yammering on about this and that and how I'm gonna make it look, it's, I don't know. I'm sort of myself. I'm of the opinion that this is, I don't know. It's not quite as interesting, but judging from last episode, you guys clearly thought that. You know, that was a fun episode to watch, and that's great. I really enjoyed being able to look at the comments and seeing like, oh god, like, out of like the, hang on, let me quickly check. So I have the statistics here. Out of the 86 people that watched last episode, 17 of you actually bothered to leave a like, which, that almost, wow, my phrasing of that almost made it sound like, oh, more people like, no, but it just goes to show, like, 17 people went out of their way to let me know that, hey, this was a fun episode, thank you. Of course, one dislike, but dislikes happen. It's not like, you're entitled to give your opinion, of course. If you dislike it, that's just as valuable information to me. Literally. And I got some comments from people. I think I got like 1 or 2 saying I'd rather see you fight, which I totally get. Fighting is cool. And it's also easier to make interesting than something like this, where I'm just literally dragging out a deck and being like, oh yes, we're gonna do things. And it'll be lovely. Like, I totally get it, and that's valuable to me as well. Like, it'll give me a good indication of like, yeah, people actually also want me to do some fighting, which obviously makes sense, but I'm glad to see that a lot of you are like, yeah, sure, we want to see some building once in a while, that's fine. Let me quickly grab the picture back. No longer do I have to look at any statistics, so there we go. This is going to be our bridge, basically. We'll then go for something like 2 high, and then we'll get some windows or something, or maybe we'll make it just 1 high. And we'll put something up over here, like, I don't know, literally just an idea. Literally just an idea. Let's get some windows out. Now we'll use the fill here, so that would look decent. Not gonna be able to get up there now, are we? Yeah, that's the one problem here. Wish they had ladders. Climbable ladders or something. Now we have stairs blocks somewhere in miscellaneous. Ooh, tactical nuke. I don't really think we need a tactical nuke on this, to be honest. Got a teleport pad, I guess that'll do. Yeah, wish they had ladders, that would have been fun. There we go, we're now on the bridge. Excellent, this looks okay. We can see the turrets, etc. We'll put the steering wheel right there, because why not? I want to be able to see forward and look what is going on. That's a firing computer. It's closed, no cigar. There we go. We can walk around and be like, oh, what's going on over there? But yeah, let's get the mirror line back up and we'll start placing these blocks. There we go. Now, some facts about the Warspite, because the Warspite is a pretty interesting ship. It actually was built leading up to World War I think. Let me quickly check. Grab the facts page, just so I make sure that I don't say anything entirely stupid. But yeah, it was a Queen Elizabeth class ship. Built during the early 1910s. The 30-year career took part in both the First World War and the Second World War. Interesting, I clicked off the screen again. Yeah. It's really annoying at some points in time. There we go. Now we should be good. There we go. Get that done. Excellent. But this is just placeholder. We'll put a roof in at some point. Yeah, the HMS Warspite fought in World War I, fought in World War II. World War I, mostly the Battle of Jutland, where she got damaged quite a bit. She suffered some permanent steering gear damage. But aside from that, yeah, she lived and she got retrofitted for the Second World War. And eventually, she ended up, ran aground and she got scrapped. Such is the way of things with majestic ships like the Warspite. Her main armament is 4 turrets of dual guns like we have here. We only have 2 guns so far, but we'll get the other guns at some point, that'll be fine. Now here's the question, do we want to get window blocks slope 2? It's not going to be noticed, but at least we'll have some windows here. And windows will be useful if we're going to use this as a sort of command bridge. It looks a bit weird, I'll give it that, but we can see the seagulls. I'm a little annoyed at the window blocks here. They're pretty cool. The glass blocks, I wish I had some of that. Or at least something with that. Oh well, we'll make it work. We'll probably leave that one blocked in, and then we'll get glass slope down over here. Yeah, I mean, that works. Not gonna be as great as I'd like it to be. But yeah, first draft, sure. Just trying to get things built for now. Oh. There we go. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton more work that I need to do to really get this up to my standard that I feel comfortable with as a board. I really think it could be a lot better. And that's nothing against a ship, that's just against my lack of quick building videos. It really does take forever. This is a good indicator of why I keep saying to you guys that From the Depths does take a lot of time. If you've ever built any of your own ships, you'll know. I mean, most of you probably have built your own ships, but if you ever put like proper effort in, you know that it takes ages. And this is why there's usually either me apologizing for not being able to get enough building done, or just having shorter episodes in general, or just hypercut things, you know. It's why I don't really have a million ships lying around. It takes ages, and I don't usually have the time, nor do I want to... It's gonna feel terrible saying this no matter what, but it does take ages to sit down and properly get a good-looking ship built, you know. And I want to use good-looking ships, because as much as From the Depths is about building, if you don't have like beautiful ships, people are like, you know, why are we watching you when I might be building this myself and just having something that looks equal, if not better, you know? It's a real dilemma, like, either find a good style of ship to build in, or just spend ages correcting it over and over. Actually, let's get middle beam like that. There we go. We can also adjust this now. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look all that great yet, so I'll have to go over this in post a lot. It's gonna be really annoying. Also, let's quickly make sure that it's all... There we go. I wanna make it look pretty and even. Right. Then we need to place some windows there. There we go. But yeah, I used to do a lot of this building on stream, but then I started streaming other games, etc. Now it's just like, nah, I'm now getting bothered by the fact that, ooh, there's no, like, window bars here, but there's window bars here. And I do like the window bars, but it looks weird when combining them, you know? Also, I need to, like, adjust this now. Need more window blocks so it looks good. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to toss these windows out. They don't fit. They don't fit, which is very annoying. Like, I like the look of them. I have them on my own I say my own battleship. I have them on my other battleship. The big one. You know, the one nearly twice the size and 47k block count. The ridiculous one that I spent way too much time on. Again, that just goes to show, a beautiful ship like that takes a lot of effort. And this is just a hobby, which, while it's a fun hobby, don't get me wrong, I'm not always able to put in the time to make From the Depths work, which is why I sort of agonize over whether I should keep playing it. I enjoy playing it. I know people enjoy watching it, but it just takes time, you know? And I don't always have that time, which makes me feel terrible. But you guys deserve to have fun videos to watch. There we go, that looks better at least. Let's just get rid of these windows, and then we'll be on our way. This is just the amount of detail that I put in. Like, my standards are unreasonably high for my building talents, quote-unquote. I expect way too much of myself. Anyway, we're going to be putting some control things in there, etc. That'll be fine. But it's the worst part. We don't have the roof of this. We don't have any, like, buildings on the ship itself. itself yet. This is gonna take ages. I don't want to do another building video after this though, because there hasn't been any combat here. We could do a quick battle, but that would just feel cheap. No. What instead I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna end this episode shortly. First, because I'm running late, and this video is gonna be late, and I'm terribly sorry about that. It's just this like building block has been very annoying. Let's quickly look at a picture. That's not really helping a lot right now. Yeah, what we're gonna do is just... I think I'll just call it here. And I know I basically did nothing but, like, build things for 20 minutes. Which is, once again, why I feel so terrible about not being able to do any of this properly. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it here since I don't really know a good thing to keep doing on camera right now. Seriously, it's hard, man, keeping all this originality up. Anyway, I'll be showing this at some point in the series. I hope it'll be soon, but I can't make any promises. If you somehow enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like down below. And don't forget, leave me your feedback down below. I'm really curious to hear your guys' thoughts on all of this. Because ultimately, I'm doing this for your fun. It's fun for me as well, don't get me wrong, but I'm doing my best here to make fun videos. And let me know how you think that could best be achieved. Anyway, until next time, have a good one, folks.